Hey, Well Life family. It's your well woman, Lashana of Lashana Leonard Moore. Wellness, eat well, think well, and live well, and a little drink well. And I am so excited about just some very simple, easy to adapt, easy to adjust tips that I'm going to share with you, and just three of them for this particular episode on how you can begin to feel better immediately, how you can strengthen your body, how you can contribute to the health of your body. I've got a little unexpected sidekick over here with me. Let me show you who that is. Yes. That is the Mr. Prince, Caesar Leonard Moore, who is joining us. He was not satisfied with just sitting in front of me while I did this. He had to be up on the couch with us, which my disclaimer here is the responsibility of his dad, my hubby. So Prince Prince is joining us. I am going to talk with you in very simple terms because I don't want you to feel overwhelmed when it comes to making a change. There is something about making change, making adjustments, doing something different, adopting something into our lives that can immediately cause people to tense up or to feel defeated before even trying, or to think back on an experience that they had prior to the present and it may not have worked out. It may have been a fail, or you take 2 steps forward, you take 5 steps back. And when we think about health and wellness and being well and feeling well and looking the way we want to look and feel the way we want to feel, it takes a lot of time. All right? It takes a lot of practice, it takes a lot of patience, it takes a lot of care. It takes the proper education and application. It means that you're going to have to be willing to troubleshoot. You're going to have to be okay with trial and error, because your body is your body. It's called bio-individuality, which means that what your body requires is not like anybody else's. It can change from season to season. It can change based on life shifts. It can change based on so many different variables. So we have to learn how to allow ourselves to live in this world and live in this body one day at a time and one season at a time. When we think about health and wellness, we're also, most of you who are watching, in a westernized society, which means that you have literally been birthed into a construct that promotes things that aren't necessarily for your long-term benefit, i.e., dieting, starvation, food addictions, food disorders, sugar addictions, all of these different structures around us that promote coping mechanisms. And you move from one addiction to the next because you're trying to cope, you're trying to manage, you're trying to figure out how to find this balance, this stability in life. So when we talk about health, when we talk about wellness, we're talking about our well-being, turning inward and figuring out, facilitating what that looks like for us. And that is a journey. That's not a 6-day, 6-week, 6-month program. That's your entire life, all right? And when I say that's your entire life, I don't mean that it's got to be a struggle for your entire life. I mean that it's a learning curve where you learn how to make proper adjustments throughout life. You got me? Does that make sense? So these are 3 ways to improve your health. They sound easy. For many people, they are complicated or challenging. So I'm going to help you with just a few examples on how you can begin to make these adjustments. The first one is drinking more water. I'm just about out of mine. I actually had infused water right here. It's mint, lemon, and lime. Drinking more water. This is important for so many reasons. Water has a massive responsibility for the body and to the body. Number two, the body is expelling, releasing, filtering out water in so many ways throughout the day. Number three, majority of the population experiences dehydration and are completely unaware that they're dehydrated. So one tip that I often like to give is, by the time you're feeling thirsty, you are way past needing to consume water. By the time you feel thirsty, you are already at a dehydrated point. Water consumption, and because we are 60% of water, water consumption is necessary to support you, to rehydrate you, to reset you, to replenish you, to help with detoxing, to help with purification, to help with flushing, to help with your kidneys, your liver, your skin, your small and your large intestines, the flow. It also determines a lot of your mental stability in terms of memory retention or the lack thereof, fogginess. Your brain and your gut work together. Water is a major part of how all of your hormones are able to send messages to the proper areas of your body. Your body's an ecosystem. It is one planet within itself. It's one unit. It's one uniquely designed machine by God. And it really knows what to do if we comply with it and if we feed it and nurture it with what it needs. And one of those areas is water. The second tip that I'd like to give you to help you feel much better and to improve your health immediately is rest. This looks different for each and every one of us. Now, rest and sleep are different. So I'd actually like to encourage you to consider both. Rest is when you're giving your body a moment to recharge, to reset, to stabilize. Sleep is when you are doing that same thing, but unconsciously. And so let's deal with sleep for a minute, because again, I was talking about life changes earlier, right? And life happens and all of these shifts. The only thing constant that we know is going to happen in life is change. You're going to change. Your body is going to change. Your life dynamic is going to change. Your life structure, your family structure is going to change. And your sleep and your rest are most definitely, I'm a witness, most definitely going to be affected and touched by that alteration. So in essence, we want to try to average 6 to 8 hours of sleep. Traditionally, that would look like 6 to 8 hours sleep overnight. But when you factor in lifestyle, when you factor in socioeconomical status, when you factor in your job, when you factor in other areas of your life, it looks completely different to each and every one of you. So we established the fact that 6 to 8 hours is needed. However, you've got to decide how you're going to prepare for a block of time to sleep. Your body, we talk about, oftentimes you hear talk about cortisol, that hormone that's going to determine burning fat versus storing fat. It's going to determine how the hormones behave, what the hormones are going to do. There's a lot going on in our bodies while we are sleeping that we aren't aware of. The body doesn't just go to sleep. Okay, our circadian clock, our internal clock and rhythm lets us know when it is time for us to slow our rhythm down, press pause so that the body can reset by way of sleep, or taking those miniature breaks during the day, which would be rest. Your circadian clock, if you really listen to it on the inside, is letting you know that. Now the question is, do you fight it? And we fight it in many ways, and I've been guilty of it too. We fight it because we want to scroll. We fight it because we want to look at a TV show. We fight it because we are binge watching shows. We fight it because we're reading a very captivating book. I do that a lot. We're fighting it because our mind is so consumed with what's going to happen. Hasn't happened yet, but with what tomorrow's responsibilities are going to bring, that we don't even allow ourselves to be obedient to our bodies. We don't allow ourselves to walk in harmony and in peace and in unity with our bodies. We shrug it off, just like babies do, and they're nodding and they want to go to sleep, but they feel like they're gonna miss something, so they do everything they can to stay awake. We do the same thing with our bodies. We've got to prepare for sleep. That includes, and if this is going to affect your health, that includes the temperature of your home. Lower your thermostat to around 68 to 72 degrees. This helps to set the internal temperature of your body so that your body can prepare you for quality sleep. Gosh, there's so much I can cover in that one realm right there. But let's move on for the sake of this particular episode, since we're dealing with more than one area. Preparing to sleep. So setting the temperature. This is going to also protect my cortisol and my hormones. It's going to ensure that my body is prepared to say, all right, go ahead, shut your eyes and give way to rest. Also considering the quality of your sheets. You want very lightweight sheets that are cooling. Your body temperature can marry the texture and the material of the sheets that you sleep on. I'll put notes in this episode for different brands that you can actually consider. I did this for us, really for me, but we both benefited from it because hormones are adjusting at night as well when we go to sleep. Let me go back to water real quick. I drink water before going to bed. Drinking a little water before you go to sleep is great. And having water on the nightstand is great because your body is in a catabolic state, which means it's muscle burning while you're sleeping. Wake up and rehydrate immediately. I just had to throw that in there. Third thing, setting proper lighting. You hear these things, but do you do these things? Your lighting, yellow lights, blue lights, those really do make a huge difference. It is messaging to your brain to stimulate. We talk about neurotransmitters a lot in my industry. Your neurotransmitters are setting the precedence and setting the platform for how your body is going to respond based on the light, the level of lighting and the type of lighting that you are that's emitting in whatever room that you're in your bedroom. So you want to, if you have a dimmer, start using your dimmer. Set an alarm to change the lights or to turn the lights off in your room, and maybe light a candle, a chemical-free candle with hand-poured wax. All right, I have to put that in there because you don't want to sacrifice one thing for another. You want to be considerate of that. Or a small lamp. You know, turning off majority of the lights and putting a small lamp on, helping yourself prepare to sleep in stages. You can't just, and I use the word my dad uses, haul off. You can't just haul off and go to sleep if that's not your sleep personality. Learn your sleep personality. What is it going to take for me to prepare for an intended, God-designed time of rest in my unconscious state? And then the third thing that I'd like to share is to eat electric. What does that mean? To eat electric means that I'm feeding my body life. Now, that does not put a hierarchy on eating styles. We're not talking about being a carnivore, a vegetarian, a vegan, an omnivore, and the list goes on and on. We're talking about being a lifestyle eater. Again, life is about seasons and shifts and changes. You have no idea what your body is going to need 10 months from now, 5 years from now. You have no idea what kind of life-defining moments you're going to experience that are going to require you to be flexible enough to alter your diet and how you eat. But eating electric means that I am constantly allowing my body to be in an alkali state. My pH level is at least a 7, a strong 7 and above. I am not eating processed dead foods. I'm not eating from genetically modified foods. I'm not eating from foods that are altered, which means that you are going to want to consider, I'm saying these words softly and carefully, y'all see me. You're going to need to consider eating at home more, being in control of your eating, reducing and or removing your degree of fast food eating and drinking. When you eat electric, you're able to restore the body, allow the body to metabolize, absorb, and digest properly. Allow the body to detox the way that it needs to. You cannot depend on juices to detox you. Listen, the kidney and liver know what to do. The colon knows what to do. The gut knows what to do. The small and large intestines know what to do. It's what we force upon our bodies through stress, through lack of preparation, through sadness, through grief, through pain, through experience, or through a lack of knowledge, that we throw the rhythm of our bodies off and we force it to do something completely different. So we want to support our gut health. We want to support our organs. We want to support our body's ability to feel light and to feel rejuvenated and to feel alive. Eat electric. Look at the colors of the rainbow with fruits and vegetables and organic, non-altered meats. If you're going to do meat, that is a must. You've got to be intentional about meat. Agriculture and farming has changed and has been compromised. So when we grew up with having our grandparents, go and grab fruits and vegetables from the garden in the back, or maybe your parents did it, or someone that you saw did it, things have changed now. Unless you are literally tending to your own, give your body an opportunity to operate the way that it was designed. I'm going to leave these 3 points with you, these 3 tips. It's enough really to marinate on, which is another way how we eat well. Eating well is chewing, marinating on it, allowing it to break down into particles so that we can receive and digest, metabolize it, and it can be properly processed through our bodies. So let's just start right there. How about that? Send me your comments. Make sure that you have subscribed to this channel right down there. Subscribe, send your comment, share this episode as well as this channel with somebody else. And remember, well life, eat well, think well, and live well. Until the next time. Prince, you want to say bye? No? He's knocked out. All right. Bye-bye, you all.